Hey guys, Brad from Team Crimson here, and we are bringing you a Victor deck profile with the new support of Zubat the Pokemon Battler Victor.
No.
If you haven't paid attention to the art, if you look real close,
No.
there's a Zubat back there.
Don't pay any attention.
And he's
No.
flying, and he's
No.
like
No,
really
he's not.
trying to carry that Victor.
No, he's not. Just shush. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and skip the rest of the intro.
So yeah,
No.
Zach here, he's our resident Nova Grappler player, our resident Nova Grappler expert, and he will show you the deck profile. So here you go.
Okay, so obviously for my starter, it's Kabutron. This guy's been around for a while, and he is probably like the best choice to use for this deck, mostly because of Winning Champ, but I've seen some profiles, and I personally have used Vict Head, so it's just preference, whatever you want to play, I guess. I would prefer to use this, though, just because it restands one of the rear guards. So, onto grade 3s. I play 4 copies of, obviously, Pokemon Victor. Awesome skill, awesome grade 3. Don't think I have to explain it. This card is a couple weeks old now. And it was topping for a while, so great card.
It was the meta, and now 14 came out,
No.
and then you had to run Victor.
Except Victor is awesome still. And then I play 3 copies of Excessive Battler Victor because he's excessive. Pretty sure everybody knows what he does as well. Cool card, good usually for the rear guard circles. I don't like to ride him though. He's excessive. And then for grade 2s, I play, obviously, he's a staple. 4 Fish Head because honestly, yeah, this just the non-GB restricted restand skill as well as the resist skill is just the biggest reason why you'd play this card. And the coolest thing about him, other than that, is the GB2. He gains 7 when he restands, so it's automatically right back up to 16. Usually that's the columns that I attack for anyway, so it's like I don't even need a boost when he restands. So that's cool. Next, I play 4 copies of Ninjad or Ninjard or whatever.
Ninjard.
No. TMNT. I play 4 TMNT. And that's because he's another restanding of the rear guards. So he's cool just because when he restands rear guards, he and the rear guard that he stood gain 2, so it can stack up, and that's crazy awesome. And then finally, for Sever Temper. I've seen a lot of decks play, what's its name? Blue Thunder or Sazanda or whatever it is. I prefer to use this, though, just because the power stacks. That is, like, my biggest reason. The grade 3 retire skill is okay. Like, I barely use that, though. The biggest reason is because it's stackable power, and I don't like to have cards that don't have rush as well, just in case I do somehow have to ride excessive. So, just to cover, I play 12 grade 2s just because it seems like this is a grade 2 game all the time, and it's nice to have more rear guards so I have more of my combo pieces so I can do more. Next, grade 1s, I play 4 Baryon. Usually I don't actually see anybody playing the Unflip Sentinel. I think most people like to play Baryon just because it's an extra draw and it helps you draw into your combo pieces, so that's really nice. And sometimes even for like defense, it just helps me survive some turns if I really, really need to draw that card. So draw a card, luckily it's like a 10k or maybe another perfect card. So just a good card, helps me draw, nice to get into combo pieces. Then I play 4 of the beautiful reprint of Arashid. Drool. Everybody knows what he does. Stride Fodder.
Art's way better.
Art's way better. Next, 4 Jarrowhawk. I actually wasn't thinking about running this at first, and it was because I wasn't thinking about making this build the Winning Champ build. It was just going to be kind of like stall, draw a big hand, and then finish him with favorite champ with a massive hand, restand multiple times. But then I thought about it, and it's just like, if I can kill him faster, then do it. Plus he draws, so once again it helps with like defense or drawing combo pieces, whatever you gotta do, you can do it. So that's cool. and then 2 copies of Guns Done. This I was going to run at 4, but I did slim it down just because I wanted to make room for Jarrowhawk and I couldn't find any other room. I've actually seen a couple play 3 Jarrowhawk, 3 Guns Done, but however you want to do it, I prefer the 4 Jarrowhawks just because it's not really a control meta anymore, or it won't be. So it's just nice to get that extra draw power, extra restands, so I can use Winning Champ more often. Next, for the triggers, I have the 4 Break Pass. Obviously, everybody knows what that does. Crit skill for Victor. 4 of the Sar Blau glands. I don't know German. So yeah, this is the unlock, unflip Sentinel, or forgive me, crit. And then I play 4 draw triggers. I've seen decks play the Extreme Battle or Stand trigger, which I totally understand. It's a great card. I just play the draw trigger just because I like to sometimes draw in my combo pieces early. Instead of, like, if I'm not drawing any of my combo pieces, I'm screwed. So the draw trigger early game actually helps me out with that. So just play the draw trigger. Plus, it's nice that they finally got a draw trigger that pushes the soul and gives power to a unit. About time. And then finally, for the heal trigger, basic G Guardian countercharge. And you got a copy bind of both. And you barely use it for the soul charge. It's always countercharge. Finally, the G Zone. I play, obviously, 1 copy of Favorite Chant Victor. Beast card to this day. Don't really use him that often, though, because usually I do actually win with the 1 copy of Winning Champ. It's either like first stride, or if it somehow doesn't beat them, then I actually set up for like maybe Victoplasma or Stark, sometimes favorite, but usually I don't even have to do that. So 1 copy of Winning Champ, and then play the 3 copies of Victoplasma. 3 because if I don't have my combo pieces and I don't have anything to do, then I can countercharge or counterblast 2, flip up a copy, then counterblast 2 more, flip up another copy, he'll restand my first stride. Then I play 2 of the Meteor Kaiser Victor. Again, this is one of those, if I don't have a lot of combo pieces and I can't do anything big, and I don't maybe have any counterblasts, then I can still restand rear guards or do whatever I gotta do. Then I play 1 GB8. Usually you don't use this, it's just there for those games that you flipped up a whole crap ton of cards with winning, and then you can. It's basically, if you can do this, like, cool. That's the only reason he's there. You don't really even need him. And then my baby, 1 copy of Stark, my favorite. I think everybody knows what he does. The when he's placed, counter blast 2, and he attacks 3 times without resting. Drive check at 1 every time he attacks, so that's cool. Awesome card. Usually go into him my second stride if I don't finish him with Winning Champ first stride. So that's cool. The anime is dumb for going to them second stride, but with this deck you can do it and still win.
It's a guard for like 100 days.
Stark is fun. Tony Stark is great. So then next I play obviously 1 Seabreeze. Everybody knows what he does. Then I play 1 copy of Dismal. I actually will say I do play 6 G Guardians. Nobody plays 6. The only reason this deck does is because I play 3 copies of Dogen Titan, and he goes back to the G Zone after being flipped face up. So it's just like you flip it face up for the cost of Winning Champ, and then your next turn you can Soul Blast, put it back face down, and you have a counter charge, and then you can still G Guard with it. So it's just kind of like you're not as restricted. You can flip up 2 copies of this and then G Guard with some like Dismals or Gundreeds even, and then still be able to go flip him face down, so you don't even have to G Guard. You just you use it to countercharge when it's flipped. So, yeah, 1 copy of Dismal, the 3 copies of Dogan Titan, and then finally 2 copies of Gundred because he's way better than Unior. I will say I've seen maybe 1 or 2 deck profiles with Unior, but usually you don't need it, or I don't think you need it. It has been okay to use in some situations because sometimes I'll use the Sentinels, counterblast all my damage, and then I won't have anything to do for next turn. So I've seen some people run Unior just because it's a free counterblast or a countercharge of 2. So it could work. I just don't prefer to use it. I don't really find myself to have a lot of room in the first place. So, well, there you have it. That's my deck.
Any final comments on the deck?
Super awesome. Definitely would use it. Nova Grappler at their best. Bro. Fist bump to any Nova Grappler players out there. And we forever hate every other clan that exists.
Dear Lord. All right. So that's it from us, and we'll be posting more videos later in the week. So please like and subscribe to Team Crimson, and we will see you later. Bye.